All right, I look a lot better than I thought I would, and I think I sound okay too, but I'm not feeling that great after my time Ubering last night and early this morning. My wife is out of town. I said, you know what? I think I'm going to do some Ubering. She's like, yeah, go for it. And I learned again why I don't Uber during that time of night. And here's why. Okay, I started about 9:30 p.m. on Saturday night, and I Ubered until about 2:30 a.m. That's crazy, Mom. I don't know. I just had a goal. Anyway, so yeah, I didn't expect to do it that late. I didn't expect to start that late, but there it was, boom, 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 like it does at that time. And you have crazy characters. You have odd things happen, and it's interesting. Had just some interesting conversations. Talked with a guy about roller coasters. Started in a strange way. Talked about roller coasters the whole way. Had some strange conversations going on in my back seat. A woman got off work and she had a gigantic, like a garbage bag full of popcorn. She worked at a movie theater, and when she was done, which is like 2 a.m. or something, she's done, and she got to take home the rest of the popcorn. Just funny stuff. The people were nice. A lot of drunk people. In case you didn't know, there's no such thing as zombies, but I tell you what, this is about as close as you're gonna get. Just people like, and that's what happens when you drink alcohol, and that's why I don't. Okay, but anyway, yeah. So I feel a little bit under, a little off today because I stayed up way too late, and thankfully I was able to sleep in, which I haven't done in a long time, till 11 a.m. But I still feel funny because my sleep is all thrown off. The point I'm getting to is that I made more money than I ever had in one go at Uber. And it's for a reason. I made extra money actually early this morning about, yeah, well, that's where it started, about 2:30 a.m. Four guys got in my car, and I live in a college town, and it becomes a battle zone actually when you're out that late. It's very bizarre. It's strange. There are police everywhere, and I'm going to get these guys. By that time I got into this certain mode, right, where it's almost like this living game. Do 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 do. You know, things become surreal. You're just sort of going around like, yeah, it's a game. And then I'm following the GPS, and I'm going through this, like every police officer it seems in the city is right where I am, and I turn the corner and I tell the guys, oh yeah, and I just came through this, police convention, and oh yeah, we missed that. Anyway, just they had been drinking. They were nice guys, but they've been drinking, they're laughing at everything. And they like, hey, can you tell us some Uber stories? I'm like, well, what? Like why I do this, or like my craziest story? Like, yeah, the craziest story. So I'm like, okay, so this, and then all of a sudden this guy says, I'm gonna throw up. I'm gonna throw up. I'm gonna throw up, and I'm just like, God, I don't know what to do. So I'm like, I pull over to the side of the road, and I quickly hit the window button, and this guy proceeds to stick his head out and blah blah. I mean, it was like it didn't stop. It just kept going and going and going, and I'm freaking out because I'm thinking, this is my family car, and oh no, and what's happening? Is he gonna get it on everything? And they're all laughing. They think it's hilarious, and the guy in the passenger seat's like, believe it or not, it hasn't hit the vehicle. No, still hasn't hit the vehicle. And it was they thought it was a ball, but then I'm like, are you done? And he was done. I was like, here, have some tissues, quick. And so yeah, he was done, but I'm like, it's late. My mind is all like, bringing, from being up that long and driving for that many hours. And then I pull in to the place, really nice, like, oh, we'll help you out. The guy's like, we're in this together, like, I'll cut you a check, whatever. And I'm like, I don't know what to do. And I looked, and there was vomit on the side of my door, and I was just like, yuck. And so, oh, and the guy's credit card. I found the guy's credit card in the back seat, and I wouldn't have even found that had the guy not thrown up. So then I brought the credit card into the guy, and then I found his name, that way his full name. And by that, I was able to take a picture, take two pictures. There's a thing on the Uber driver app where, you know, you had a problem, oh, somebody got sick in my car, and thankfully he didn't get sick in my car. Like, it was a lot. It was, I mean, like, my car would have been ruined. I don't even know what I would have done. I don't care if it could give me $200. Like, no, my car would be ruined. My family car, man. So anyway, I took some pictures, wrote a little blurb, you know, this guy got sick on the side of my car. And then I went home. I thought, you know, I'll throw some buckets of water on it in the driveway. And, oh, okay, I'm good to go. Then I look closer with the flashlight. It doesn't all come off with just some buckets of water. So I pull it in. I work at a school. I'm thinking about biohazards, you know, bloodborne pathogens and things and diseases. So I put a glove on my hand. I get some car wash stuff. I pull it in. I have some drains in the floor of the garage, thankfully. And I wash this thing carefully. It all comes out. And then I'm like, all these people have been in my car. Like, I psychologically go weird, and I start cleaning the doorknob, not the door handles and stuff like that. And I'm just like totally grossed out. And like, I'm going to quit Uber, you know, just like, yuck. And then I just take a breath, you know. It was when I went driving, okay? The freaks come out at night. There's this silly song. These guys, it's people that are drunk and high or whatever in the world. They may be nice people, but they're under the influence of drugs, alcohol, or whatever. And there's police everywhere, people puking. It really happens. It happened to me, thankfully outside of the car. Anyway, I woke up, I turned on the phone, and Uber's like, no need to respond, $40 for your cleaning. That's great, but you know what? And it was great. I mean, Uber got my back. And so for that time, because I cleaned it till like 3:30 in the morning. I'm just like, perfect. And left the windows open because then I felt like I smelled all of that cheap perfume and this little stinky guy that was there, and all it was just like, you know, my senses were heightened, and the windows have been open the whole day, and I think it's okay now. But the bottom line is, puke happens. It's disgusting. I don't want it to happen to you. I don't want it to happen to anybody. And a way to mitigate that is not to drive during that period of time. And so I'm thinking slow and steady wins the race. I'm not going to quit Uber, but I'm going to go back to what I had done before, is just, you know, do a couple hours after work, or, you know, do it a few times, and I won't make as much money, but at least then I won't have to worry about all this oddball stuff that happens late at night. You shouldn't be out there. There's nothing good that happens at that hour. Just don't go to sleep like I will do in the future. Or if you have to stay up in your own home. But not till 4, which when I went to sleep. I'm sorry to say I went to sleep at 4. I haven't done that since I was a teenager, man. It doesn't work well for a body. Go to sleep at night. Anyway, I just had to share this. Oh, and yeah, then as I was driving away after the guy puked, and I was pretty sure he wasn't going to puke anymore, then I'm like, you know what my craziest story of Uber driving was? See, I was driving this one time, and then all of a sudden this guy was talking about my craziest Uber moment, and then this guy in the back seat says he needs to throw up, and then I pull over and they're just laughing. Ha ha ha. Anyway, so yeah, that was my craziest Uber story. I had a crazier Uber story before about a girl fondling my beard or whatever, but this tops it. Craziest Uber story. Don't let it happen to you. Keep good hours. If you do this for a job, don't get another job. If it's about the money, get a different job. Because I tell you what, you don't want people puking in your car and oddball things happening, and things that I could think of that I don't want to happen, that would be really bad. Anyway, be smart. Uber's a hobby. And yes, you can make money doing overnights or whatever, but man, it's a price you pay. It's a price you pay for that money. Anyway, thank you for watching my explosion or whatever, and I look forward to seeing you in another video. Bye.